What's good, family? It's your boy Big L on the forum with another quick burst, man, of some things that's been on my mind. I woke up this morning and I hadn't been on social media a lot here lately, not for any particular reason, so don't let me give you that impression. But I saw this post, man, of this woman in New York, of all places, again. And her name is Denise Stewart. Denise Stewart is a 48-year-old grandmother. And the NYPD showed up at Denise's house because of a 911 call of possible child abuse taking place. Okay? They show up, Denise cracks the door. Okay, first let me go back a little bit. They bam on the door like a cop only can. So Denise comes to the door, she hops out of the shower, grabs a towel, wraps the towel around her, wonder who can be knocking on her door, banging on that door like they crazy. She cracks the door open to see who it is. When she opens up the door, she sees police officers everywhere. Everywhere. They yank her out of her apartment. Her towel falls. She's in the hallway, butt naked. Okay? Now, the several problems with this, man, is the way that these cops are treating black people. Let me explain this to you real quick. This is not a new phenomenon. Black people being abused and brutalized and mistreated and killed by police officers is not new. This is not a new thing. This is not something that is just picking up speed or picking up momentum and all that type of thought process. This has been going on continuously for generations. For generations, this has been happening to black folk. For generations, this has been taking place. Generations. So this is not new. What's new is the technology that is capturing these events. Now everybody named Mama got a doggone camera phone or a phone with a camera on it. That's the first thing they want to do is record what's taking place. But what you notice with the recordings, it doesn't equate justice. Because you capture these horrible, vile, evil things on video does not equate justice. So when you're picking up your video, when you're seeing horrible things taking place and you decide to record it, don't think because it's being recorded that justice is going to pop off somewhere. Somehow, this ain't Law and Order SVU, homie. Just because it's being recorded does not mean justice is going to take place. Denise was pulled out. Her 12-year-old grandson, who she was supposedly have been abused, gets arrested for attacking a police officer because of the way he was treating his grandmother. Her son got arrested. There's rumors that the 4-year-old might have been pepper sprayed. Now, I don't know if he was pepper sprayed directly or not, or because he was in the vicinity, pepper spray may have gotten his eyes. I don't know. But is it beyond logic to think that the cops may have pepper sprayed a 4-year-old? Absolutely not. Why is it not beyond logic? Because, again, they just killed Eric Garner. Symbolism here. Again, Denise is laying on the ground, naked. Guess what she's saying? I need my oxygen. I need my oxygen. I need my oxygen. She has a breathing condition. She also has severe asthma. The people who are recording this event are yelling. She has asthma. She has a breathing problem. She lays on the ground anywhere between 2 to 4 minutes. naked before she's covered up. But here's the thing that I think we're missing the point here. And we continue to run to this place of just simply saying, this is racist activity. This is racist. And again, I'm not denying that racism, white supremacy plays a part in this. But I want to be clear with this, because I don't want anybody hitting me up trying to argue the point here. White supremacy is in place. White supremacy is a problem with this, because as with every institution in this country, their foundation is white supremacy. Police are not there to take care of black people. Police are there to protect people who have power, wealth, and influence. That's their job. That's why you're seeing them in these gentrified neighborhoods out in force. That's why you're seeing them in these crime-ridden neighborhoods. They're not there to stop crime. They're there to manage the crime and keep the crime there and not allow it to come out into the areas where power, wealth, and influence are dominant. But Elgin, what about the black cops who were there? What about the black cops who were there with Denise? What about them? It can't be racist because they were there. Really? You mean to tell me you're going to actually use that logic to say that because a black person was present, that means, or that a black person participated, that means that racism, white supremacy wasn't involved? You don't realize and understand how often black people are involved and support white supremacy? How they take parts in white supremacy because they find validation in that white supremacy? Because they've gotten a part of that? You've never heard of meritorious manumission? How blacks were often rewarded for what they've done to black people all the way back to the plantation? You're going to sit here and fall into that mentality that because somebody black was a part of it, that it wasn't racist? That's foolish, family. That's foolish. You got it all mixed up, man. Just because black people take part in it does not alleviate or remove the responsibility or the foundation of white supremacy. It just doesn't. It's horrible. It is so crazy. See, the thing is, institutional racism, man, is what has turned many black cops into racist profilers. Institutional racism, white supremacy, has turned many black cops into racist profilers. Some of the most ignorant and vile and evil cops on the planet is black. Absolutely black. The system of racism is much more about keeping a particular system intact. Come on, fam. Wake up. Wake up. Stop buying into this madness, man. Don't let people, you got more people, man. Like the homie Jason Black said, you got more people who actually believe in the devil than they do white supremacy. That it's easier to sell them on the idea of the devil than it is to get them to understand what white supremacy is. It's easier. And what the point is to understand that it is a system. White supremacy is a system. It's a system. It's not individual conscious acts. It's a system, man. Those acts are in response to what the system is doing. And I got my Kindle here, man. So when you see my eyes go that way, it's because I got my Kindle that I'm reading and have my research up. Because I want to make sure that what I'm giving you guys is right on point, man. And let me read this to you real quick. When it comes to white supremacy, particularly white people's view or black supporters of white supremacy. The problem is that white people see racism as conscious hate when racism is bigger than that. Racism is a complex system of social and political levers and pulleys set up generations ago to continue working on the behalf of the dominant white society at other people's expense, whether whites know it or not. Racism is an insidious cultural disease. It is so insidious that it doesn't care if you are a white person who likes black people. It's still going to find a way to infect how you deal with people who don't look like you. Because I understand, man, I know that there's a lot of white people who, where they hear these type of conversations, you know, friends of mine, people who know me, who I've had history with, who are going to feel like white supremacy, the label, the system, is an attack on them. And it's not an attack on them. It's real. It's a system, man. And I highlight the problems early on in building this foundation, this forum with you guys, with the viewers. I highlight the problems because I need you to wake up and see, because many people are asking, what is wrong with black people? Why is all these things happening? And in order for us to proceed with a solution, there has to be unification on what the problem is. We have to agree that the problem is the white supremacy system. The problem is the white supremacy system, man. These type of things that happened to Denise, Renisha, Eric, Trayvon, Chad, all these type of things that are taking place, man, with this police brutality mindset is not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It just didn't start. This is not an overnight thing. But I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to go further in detail in the future on this, how to combat and destroy and fight against white supremacy is by black folk building a strong, stable, viable economic infrastructure, acquiring power, wealth, and influence is how you fight, combat, and destroy the white supremacy system, man. That's the only way you're doing it. And you can't march it out. You can't rally it out. You can't petition it out. You can't vote it out. Voting, just for a minute, man, because I want to spend some more time on this later. I don't want these videos to be so deep or so lengthy that it loses your attention and you're not able to grasp the fine details on it. November 4th is coming very quickly, very soon. You're seeing people getting their rallies together, man, you know, getting their push out for their candidates. It's going to be in full swing here even further in just a couple weeks. You're going to see people looking to get black people more and more involved in the voting process. Don't do it. Black folk, don't vote. Don't vote. You have nothing to enforce or to buy your vote. You have no power, wealth, or influence to ensure that the vote that you are giving is going to be followed through. Because a vote, remember, a vote is an acknowledgement, an exchange of gifts. I give you my vote, you give me what my community needs. It's an exchange that takes place. And right now in this country, I've stated before, time and time again, you've never had more black politicians than you have now in history. You never have more. You have a quote-unquote black person in the highest level of office in this country. And it can be stated clearly and emphatically. Black people are in a worse condition than they've ever been right now. Economically, we are in such a disadvantage right now. More than we've ever been, man.